Hi everyone, Keoni here with a quick note before we get into this episode. This episode was recorded on April 14th during our live stream from the show floor at Fear Expo. Many of the vendors who are featured in this episode brought products with them to showcase, which you can't see if you're listening to this audio-only recording. If you'd like to see the whole episode and see those products, go check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@hauntingyou or check the show notes for the link. Otherwise, enjoy our special audio recording of our live stream, Haunting You, live from Fear Expo 24. Holy crap, Les, I think we're live.
Haha! That is a rarity, and, as much as we say that we're live on all of our intros, this time we're, actually live.
Coming to you actually live from the Fear Expo trade floor. No.
Well, technically correct?
Actually correct. It is literally actually correct. We are live on the Fear Expo 2024 trade floor, and it has been a blast. It is Sunday morning. We've had 2 days of just jam-packed full schedule of Fear Expo, but we're into the home stretch. Les, you have missed a hell of a show.
I know. Trust me, I'm dying. So next year, it's going to be both of us.
Next year is going to be both of us.
And John, if I can kidnap him and force him onto a plane.
Yeah. Can you imagine if all three of us were here? I was chatting with some of the vendors yesterday while we were eating lunch in the VIP room, which, by the way, having that on the show floor and just being able to run over there, grab lunch and come back, so freaking helpful. Yeah. It's amazing.
And I'm guessing they did not stick it in the black light room this time around.
They did not stick it in the black light room this time. In fact, the black light room is much smaller than it was in previous years. You would be much happier with it.
Yes, that was difficult for me to go in and try and figure out what the hell I'm eating.
Yeah, I know it. By the way, I like your shirt.
I know. It's very, very nice today.
People are out here taking pictures. Hey, you want to say hi? We're doing a live show on the podcast. Hi.
Hello.
There's going to be much of that today as we just randomly grab people as they are walking by. But we've got a jam-packed schedule full of guests as well. Some of the awesome vendors that we have had the opportunity to meet and talk with and learn about. We'll be bringing all of them on to showcase some of their products, actually, some of them are projects as well.
Say
projects and products.
Both is good.
Both, exactly, both. But I just want to take a moment to talk about everything else that happened here at Fear Expo this weekend. The VIP day on Friday was absolutely jam-packed. It started off with the networking event in the morning, and it was a bit of an experiment. Lots of people in previous years have talked about how they really wanted it to happen before the show floor because by the time, if you're down on the show floor first, you've already met a lot of people, and the networking event is your opportunity to meet people. So they wanted it to be earlier. I'm going to tell you right now before he gets here, Doug made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
He made it too early. The Ultimate Haunt Tour attendees ended up getting back at 2 a.m. Friday morning.
Shit.
And so none of them were willing to get up for a 9 a.m. networking session.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I don't blame, exactly. I've had too many 2 a.m. days in a row. I agree. I could not have gotten up for that.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit more limited on the networking. Despite that, we ended up having just an absolutely fantastic about hour and a half of speed networking.
Oh, excellent.
Holy crap. Doug gave us 30 seconds at a time to do our pitch, and then it was on to the next one. So it was making a ton of connections, and then I had the opportunity to follow up with them on the show floor over the next 2 days.
Yep.
So I think doing it early makes sense. Just maybe not 9 a.m. early next year, Doug, because I know you're going to come back and listen to this later after I've left, after I'm well out of range and you can't smack me for it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll find a way to smack you anyway.
He will find a way. You're right.
It'll probably be next year.
I have invited him. We'll see if he's able to make it or not, because we know Doug has just been, I asked him yesterday, have you sat down anytime in the last 48 hours? He's like, no.
I say the better question is how much coffee have you had, and have you actually eaten anything that's like actual food?
Probably too much is I think is the short answer. Like the amount of caffeine I have consumed has bordered on like addiction and drug abuse, but that's okay because I'm still vertical, right?
I Hey, you only have to be vertical until you hit the plane.
That is true. And like my personal schedule is going to be a little bit crazy because my flight leaves Louisville 2 hours from here, 8 o'clock tonight, and then doesn't get in until midnight Pacific time. So tomorrow morning when I'm going to work,
Get more coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I got to find other
I
ways
know.
to consume my caffeine.
Yeah, you're weird. Again, at some points, you just need the coffee.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Hey, we're doing a live podcast. Anyone want to say hello? Yeah. Who are you? Where are you from? We're separate to the mic.
I am Austin Green from Maryville, Tennessee. I'm with AMS Haunted Attractions.
Solid. What brought you out?
Just had never been to Fear Expo, so I figured I'd check it out.
In Tennessee, not too far for you?
No, about 5 hours.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Cool. Glad you made it.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope to do much more of that because I just enjoy grabbing people randomly.
I'm going to rephrase that just a bit.
Fair. Fair. Let's be clear about what I'm talking about here. No physical contact anywhere, but having a good time. Like, hey, I'm doing a podcast. You want to say hello to the listeners?
Hello, listeners.
Introduce yourself. Where are you from?
My name is Slippy. I'm from Athens, Alabama. I work at Doomsday Haunt. We're kind of like a Fallout post-apocalyptic haunt that's located there. We are on the Ultimate Haunt Tour this year.
Oh, the one that in November?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll be getting everything ready for you guys, and we're excited to scare people.
Cool.
So
Glad you're able to make it out.
yeah, me too, man.
Here, grab a card because we'll be posting this. You can hear yourself later.
Right on. Thank you, bud.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, like that is probably the number one thing I enjoy about coming to these conventions. Just getting the opportunity to meet so many different people from the industry, interact with them, bounce ideas off of them, network, build connections. Like that is, I think, the highest advantage of one of these trade shows. And Fear Expo is the perfect venue to be doing that. I have had a freaking blast.
Yeah, Fair Expo definitely builds a really solid space for everything.
And they have made it such an experience. Like comparing the first year, I didn't get to be here last year. Leslie was here last year, but comparing the first year to what it was this weekend, holy crap, I cannot get over the growth that this show has seen. Like the entertainment value by itself pays for the ticket. Like Friday night, we had dinner. We had the Hell's a Poppin' Circus Sideshow, which what a freaking blast that show was. They had fire eaters, they had sword swallowers, they had people sticking drills up their nose. One gentleman took a corn kernel, like a popcorn kernel, stuck it up his nose, and then pulled it out his eyelid. Like, I'm impressed and disturbed all at the same time.
So proper for the atmosphere.
It was absolutely proper. And the cool thing about Hell's a Poppin', they're a traveling circus sideshow, and you can actually hire them to perform at your haunt if you want to bring more people in. This is a great way to bring more people into your haunt for a weekend and give them something super cool to see at the same time. They did an 1.5-hour show here. It was absolutely phenomenal. That by itself justified the cost of admission. And then immediately after that, Mr. Lugosi, metal band, was playing and did a whole concert. That was night number 2 of me being up until 2 a.m. But well worth it. Absolutely well worth it. And just such a freaking blast. Oh my gosh, did you get to see the pictures? In fact, everyone, go check out our Instagram, Instagram at Haunting University, and see the pictures I posted from Hell's a Poppin', because my description cannot do it justice.
No, take your classical circus freak sideshow Barnum and Bailey and just magnify it. And yeah, I'm I'm very sad that I could not make it this year.
Yeah, and it was cool because like they did that classic stunt that some magicians will do, where they put a person inside of a box and then use swords to
To
the
snap
big
them.
blades. Yeah, exactly. To chop them up, and then they emerge completely unscathed. But they actually invited the entire audience to come up on stage and walk past and see how she contorted herself in order to put all of these blades in. And I'm impressed. First of all,
Wow.
like incredible flexibility displayed by this performer. But like they're showing you that they're really doing it, that it's not an act.
That they're not just sticking the sword in and having it go zoop into the handle.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Another point. I cannot remember his name. He was on America's Got Talent. He was an America's Got Talent champion with his, I'm going to say, very impressive crossbow shooting, and he actually did some crossbow tricks live on the stage.
Ooh.
Like, started with popping balloons, and then what was his name? Ben Black was his name. Blaque, Ben Black. So, popping balloons, but then cutting the string on 3 helium balloons, one arrow cutting through all 3 strings, and the balloons go flying off. Like, much more impressive. But then the last thing that he did was actually completely blindfolded. He set up 5 different crossbows and put an apple on his head. He used a bell to help him target the crossbow he was holding to shoot the first one, which triggered every other crossbow until one finally shot the apple above his head. So he shot an apple off of the top of his head using 5 crossbows blindfolded, live in front of us.
Damn.
There is a video of it on our Instagram. Go check it out because
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because sharp pointy objects and an apple on the head.
You do indeed like sharp, pointy objects, particularly when they are flying at people's heads, preferably not mine. Preferably.
Preferably.
Minor detail. Hey, we're doing a podcast. Want to say hello? Please. Yeah.
Hello, Cam from St. Louis, Hell Harvest.
Are you an actor?
Yeah.
Tell me about your character.
I am a very unknowledgeable mechanic outside a gas station. I didn't really want to do it, but it's my parents' haunt, and they were like, "You gotta act,"
Did you enjoy it after you did it the first
Oh, I
time?
loved it. I'm looking forward to
Got
it every
hooked.
day.
Yeah, love it.
Takes a
Love
long
it.
time. Have
Fantastic.
fun, guys.
Sure. Take a card. You'll be able to see yourself later.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel for that guy. Like, I also got bit by the haunting bug very early. The first time I made somebody scream, like, I was hooked. I've told that story, the way I used to jump out of my parents' bushes. Like, that was how I got started scaring people. And like, it's an unmatched feeling. I can't even describe it. But it happened to you one time and you were hooked for life.
Pretty much.
Trying to describe that to my children. I think my youngest has got it. We'll see if my oldest ends up picking up the bug as well.
Pretty sure, yeah. Your youngest absolutely has had that since he came out of the womb.
Yep. Well, I am not seeing Mr. Doug Sheldon anywhere yet, but we'll see if he shows up later. Fingers are crossed. Hey, how you doing? Want to come on podcast? Say hello. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from.
Hello, my name is Colton Stevens, and I'm currently from Flatwoods, Kentucky. And I'm here because I am in love with all the Halloween stuff and everything else that all these vendors have to
Love it.
have for us. I work at the Fun House in Flatwoods, Kentucky. I'm going to give a special shout out if I'm allowed.
Please.
Of course.
His name is Todd Joseph. He's been in the industry for 24 years, and he's one of the best hunt owners and bosses.
Awesome. Love to hear that. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Jason Blaine Skaggs. I'm from Grace, Kentucky. Shout out Grayson. I'm just here for him. I don't really know anything about this haunted stuff, but thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thank you. Oh, just like I said, like all kinds of people come out. I see my first guest has just arrived since Doug is not here. Thankfully, she showed up early. We've got Tabitha from CFX, Silicone
Yes.
Mass.
Hi, y'all. How are you guys? Y'all, everybody out there. How are you guys?
We are doing fantastic. How's the show been for
Awesome.
you?
So far, so good. We had a really good day yesterday. It was really nice to be able to hang out and talk to a lot of people, get the good vibe going, and get everybody ready for their costume party last night. Which
Absolutely.
was awesome, by the way.
I did not stay up. I had done too many 2 a.m. nights in a row. I could not pull a third.
Yeah, we were hanging out on the balcony, so we were watching everybody from outside, which
Yeah.
was probably the better bet because it was loud as heck in there. But everybody looked like they were having a really awesome time, and so it was really awesome just to witness everybody else having a good time.
Totally.
Everybody always asks, like, hey, why aren't you guys in costume? Why aren't you guys in masks? Like, you guys have the ultimate thing. And normally, yeah, we would love to, but that's also, it's kind of cheating. And the costume parties aren't for us. Let's be honest. Like,
That's true.
we love
That's true.
That's what we're here for. Everybody else, like, we want them to come down and buy masks and buy costumes and buy teeth and paint and accessories.
Yeah.
And then come out to the parties and have a good time and show off all the really awesome stuff that they just bought from all of us and make you want to come out and buy all the really awesome stuff. From the
Free
rest of us.
advertising right there.
100%.
1000%.
Well, tell us a little bit about CFX, what you do and what you've kind of brought to the show.
Dude, awesome. So yeah, CFX or composite effects. We have been making silicone masks, gloves, and props for the better part of 18 years. I think we incorporated in 2006. Our first trade show was Transworld in 2007. We started with 3 mask designs, and now we have 220 designs. Thousands of ways they could be customized, fully wearable silicone masks for haunted attractions, icon characters, meet and greets, cosplayers, LARPers, or just people who want to scare people and have a good time.
I did a video with them yesterday. It's on our YouTube. Go check it out. But they brought 28 new masks released this year.
Yeah, so we, over the last 12 months, or the 12-month period, we dropped 26 new designs.
Excuse me.
And so, no, you were me earlier this week, because
Yeah.
we had 24 is what was in my brain for Transworld, and we dropped now 3 more after Transworld. We are literally dropping a new mask design almost every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
leading into like the end of summer. And
Yeah.
obviously we're pausing because we're going to be busy for Halloween.
That's absolutely.
But then we've got a few more coming after that, and then we have a smorgasbord of mask designs coming. The rest of our Zodiac,
I
y'all.
was exactly where I wanted to go. Like they started putting out masks inspired by the Zodiac, and you had Taurus and Pisces
Yes.
and I forget what
Capricorn.
Capricorn
we
was
have
here.
Aries. Yeah, so Taurus,
Pisces. Oh my God. Like creature from the Black Lagoon kind of vibe. It's sick.
Yeah, I'm a creature girl at heart, and so we had a universal license for a while, so we had officially creature for a little bit, which was rad. And then obviously we let that license go, and I'm like, no more creature in my life. And then we developed the Zodiac line, and we're like, okay, Pisces, what do we want to do? We want to do a fish. We can do something different. Let's do a creature.
Love it.
And George Schelt sculpted
Perfect.
that one. He
Yeah.
came out and knocked that out of the park for us. He sculpted 2 other designs that we have here.
And he did a class about sculpting here at this weekend as well.
He did. And he's here. So if you're here and you want to see some of the masks that he designed for us in silicone, because he normally doesn't work in silicone,
Yeah.
he prefers latex. And we convinced him to do not 3 but 4 masks now. He was only supposed to do 2, but he's like, no, I'm going to do 2 more. And
This
we're
is too
like,
much
okay,
fun.
tell me you don't like silicone again, please. But no, he's been great to have out. And so we're going to have a few more other sculptors out to do physical sculpting.
Yeah.
As well as some of you guys who have been following us in CFX Live know about Westbot and our Westbot Live that we do.
Oh yeah.
And so Westbot is our 7-axis sculpting robotic arm. So it's basically the reverse of 3D printing. We're carving out a mask versus 3D printing it. And we do what we call Westbot Live every few weeks here and there, where we put our GoPro on Westbot and we do literally a day-long cut of watching the robot spin the clay and watching a mask come to life.
And it is super cool.
it's
Where
super
do
neat.
people go to find that?
So you can go to our YouTube page. Westbot Live is on our YouTube page, and you can find us at, I believe it's CFX Unmasked on YouTube.
Solid.
But everywhere else, you can find us at CFX Masks or Composite Effects. We're on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, all that jazz.
And it's worth following because the stuff that they are posting is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
I
thank
have
you.
so much fun watching it.
Thank you. Yeah, we try to do a lot of really cool fun behind the scenes because we know what we do is kind of mysterious to a lot of people. And silicone's still really weird. You know, people are really familiar with latex and silicone's still kind of scary. And we've been making masks for so long now. I've been wearing them for the better part of like 15 years. I've been officially with CFX for 5 years now. So, and it's still one of my favorite things is the discovery that people have, that
Sure,
emotion when
sure.
they see or try on or touch a silicone mask for the first time. So,
Yeah, what like just watching the way it adheres is
Yeah,
probably
no,
not the right word,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
you're not
like
wrong.
it sits right up against your face, and so you're getting it. It's almost like a real skin. You can see the mouth moving. You can see the eyes behind it. It's unmatched. Like
That's why we created, or Ken, who's the owner of CFX, him and his former business partner Wes, which
Uh-huh.
is why Westbot is called Westbot. It's in honor of Wes,
nice.
who was also one of our main sculptors back in the day, and he knows, and he's okay with that. So, but we understand that people need to see it to believe it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And we're haunters. We started as haunters, so we have haunters in mind. We want you to be wearing these masks. We want you to be comfortable for long as possible, scaring the crap out of people or entertaining the crowd, whatever it is that you may be doing. So we want you to have a good time, because if you're not having a good time, we're not having a good time. You're not buying our stuff, and no one's happy. But no, we love coming out to the trade shows, and what I'd like to say, slinging the silicone to all of you guys, so you guys get to experience the world that I live in on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I absolutely adore the organs that you brought with you. Can you show that heart a little closer? Because like the way these things jiggle is spectacular. They feel like so real.
Mm-hmm.
Like
great squishability. There's a brain back there that you just slap it and it just sits there jiggling like jello.
I was gonna bring the brain, but they were like head slapping it over there.
The brain was busy.
I get to use all of my best dad jokes here. I have people slap the brain and I say, you can fit so many bad thoughts into this bad boy. I haven't really thought of a good one for my heart. You can't really slap the heart. It's like, oh, my heart.
Yeah.
So I just be like, oh, here, take my heart. Oh, you walked away with my heart. What are you doing? Come back. I need that.
The eyeballs were my favorite. Like they've got this little dangly bit that it's wonderful.
It's gross.
It's wonderful.
So they have the optic nerve.
Yes.
They do. Yes.
Thank
It's
you,
all
Leslie, for
meaty
being
and
precise.
I tried.
I love
What's your favorite of the new masks that you guys have been putting out?
Ooh, that's a great way to phrase that question, because you said new masks. Most people are like, what's your favorite mask? I'm like, I got 200 to choose from. Of our new design, one of my favorites we haven't come out with yet. So we are doing 2 female versions of the Zodiac, Libra and Virgo.
What are we doing for Libra?
I was gonna curse almost there for a second. I start to. Libra is obviously very, there's gonna be some semblance of scales in there. That's kind of all I'm gonna say.
Fair.
But Virgo, I think, is really gonna blow people away just with the design that we're going for. That we haven't come out with female designs in a while. So I'm really thrilled to see some really spooky, scary female designs coming out from us. But of the ones that we have right now, I love Pisces. That creature version of Pisces is probably my favorite. And Capricorn, our Capricorn Zodiac, his amazing fin on top of his head,
that was pretty cool,
and his ears. Anytime I got a mask that has like fun floppy ears, I'm just doing this all day long. I can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely some of our new Zodiacs are definitely up there, my favorite right now. But we have some really gnarly designs that are going to be coming out and is intermixed with the Zodiac that I think people are going to ship out about. That I'm like, ooh, this is spicy. I'm really excited about this.
Definitely go check out CFX and all of their social media so you can be notified when all these new masks come out.
Absolutely.
Tabitha, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm speaking. Can't give me a hug. I love you so much. It's been
great
such a
to see you.
pleasure to like meet you and grow with you and watch you grow over the years.
Absolutely.
So I love it. Thank you so much for having us, and I hope you guys are having a good time watching. Thanks for having me, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks, Tabitha.
Bye, Tabitha.
It has been so much fun getting to know her and Josh over the last few years. They're at every convention that I come to. Even when I was out on the West Coast, they were still there, and getting to catch up with them every so often is a blast. I see my next guest is here already. In fact, a few guests are lining up. I can't be that far behind. They're just here early. But let's get Haunt Seekers up here, who has been a longtime sponsor of the Haunting You podcast. We met them here at Fear Expo 2 years ago, and it is great to see you guys again. How you doing? Get nice and close to the mic for me to make sure everybody can hear you. You guys couldn't be the same size. That would make it easier.
Yeah, no. I could give some stills.
I was called an Oompa Loompa by one of the characters.
Talk real quick, just about like what Haunt Seekers is, what you do for the industry, and where people can find you.
So Haunt Seekers is a national review company. We have, started back in 2017. We have visited a total of 50 haunts in 2019. You can find us at www.hauntseekersunitednation.net. We also have a new merch website that you can find over our merch at.
And you guys have a ton of stuff coming up this year that's brand new. You're getting ready to open a haunt.
Oh yeah.
Talk a little bit about it.
So we recently just landed 53 acres in Erie, PA. It took us about 9 months to secure the location. We are planning to open up in 2025. We're planning to use probably about 10 acres the first year.
Yeah.
We're not
Sure.
going to use 53 acres, obviously. That's a lot of acres.
Yeah.
Who's going to use that much? Actually, when we walked to the property, me and Chris was like, how in the heck are we going to do this? This is like, we like to build a little more of the two.
Yeah, we actually took a walk around just to see, ideas. Like anytime that I'm more visual sometimes, but like if I see something like property or anything, I start to get ideas right away. Like right where that scene is, that scene. And but we took a long walk and it was all like big brush, and we
Tall as me.
actually
I'm 6
we
foot.
actually got lost. We actually got lost. Yes.
Sounds like a perfect location for a haunt.
Oh yeah, it's definitely asking to put a haunted attraction on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's very exciting. So if people want to learn more about that, want to learn more about Haunt Seekers, definitely go check out their website, hauntseekers.com.
.net.
.net. Forgive me.
It was
Hauntseekers.net.
.com. It used to be .com, but I changed it.
Yeah. Or just go on the Hunt to You website, look under our partners page, and you will find them right there.
Yep.
Gentlemen, Beth, guys, always great to see you.
Yep.
Appreciate you coming out. Okay. Right behind Hunt Seekers, I think one of the most creative companies that I have ever seen at Fear Expo. They have the greatest weapons, like for any occasion.
yay!
TFFX masks. I
Yes.
got it right this time. Yeah. Come on, step up to the mic.
A little closer. Hi, guys.
We got a camera right here.
Hi.
Tell us about TFFX and everything that you guys do.
Okay, great. So we are a silicone mask and props manufacturer.
Can I hold the carrot?
You absolutely can. So you notice it's a solid wood handle, full foam prop as well. They're nice and solid. Pretty
It's like a
sturdy.
pickaxe, but a carrot.
It is. It is. It's fun. So if you're going to be a haunted bunny,
Yeah,
Perfect
Easter
for you.
haunts.
Easter haunts.
there you go. There you go. And then, if you're really hungry, I got you covered,
Right in the face.
Yes. Yeah. So our clowns really like these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just something fun.
And you guys have just like the greatest clown mallets that I have ever seen. Like I got
Yes.
to whop those around. They are good weight. They make an amazing boom. But what are they made of?
The foam.
It's just foam.
They're solid foam.
Yeah, and yet they're
Absolutely.
incredibly resilient.
Yes. Yeah. We've talked to a lot of people that have had them for a couple of years now, and they hold up really well. They don't defy physics, so you do have to be careful.
Always.
But,
Leslie.
What?
No.
They're perfectly balanced.
They are perfectly balanced.
Perfection.
Yep. You're going to just prop it right on your shoulder. And just, there you go.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to be uncareful when things are balanced.
Yes.
It makes it so much easier to handle and wield and
Yep.
be appropriately safe.
Gotta be appropriately safe, which is why the foam is nice.
Yeah. I just trying to think of is if you're going to carry it all night, you don't want to be exhausted carrying it. So
Yes,
you want to be
yes.
able to be comfortable.
Yeah, you remember the hammer that we built for your Harley costume last that was all made out of wood, and that thing
Yes.
was heavy. It was not
Oh.
balanced at all. Like it
Well,
was.
no, we got it balanced. We
Yeah, by
stuck
putting a
part
big
of
old
rail.
4x4 on the opposite end, like it was.
No,
it was
not even a 4x4.
terrible.
It was a freaking railroad tie section. Like, that's a railroad
Yeah,
tie.
if only we had known about TFFX then,
Oh,
Hooked you up, you'd be all set.
totally would have hooked us
Yeah.
up. Well, if we want to find out more, want to order your products because they can't make it to the show this weekend, where should they go look?
So Facebook, tffxmask.com,
Mhm.
and we're all on Facebook. So come out and check us out. Leave us a message. We'll be happy to talk to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time out.
You bet. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
bye.
Oh my gosh, like the stuff that they have at their booth, they've got corn cob and peanut hammers, and they've got some great masks. They have some just Leslie, like they've got these double-bladed axes with a pike on the end that look very
Uh-huh.
medieval. You would
I
adore
know.
them. You saw them last year, yeah.
I saw them
Like,
last year.
The
No,
weapons.
they were right across the walkway from us. So I was
Yeah.
over there not an insignificant amount of time drooling over all of the lovely, well balanced.
That makes it 3 years in a
Safe
row. We have been right by
weapons.
them. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, next up, I see my next guest has already arrived, and he's eyeballing me right now. I am super excited about this company because I see so much potential in it for doing like secondary attractions at a haunt or even like off-season revenue. I'm incredibly excited. Jelly Ball is here at Fear Expo. Come on up, Tyler, and let's talk about Jelly Ball here for a second. Yeah, how you doing? Get nice and close to the mic, and we'll point this way a little bit so that camera's over here. So tell the listeners who've never heard of it a little bit about Jelly Ball.
Okay, so yeah, this is going to be, like you just said, a great revenue generating tool for the off season. And I have one right here. Is it okay if I shoot you with it?
Absolutely.
You have one. So
I do have one. I know exactly.
So like, it's not bad, right?
It's not bad. Let's try to see if I can find where they went.
It's not going to be painful like a paintball or anything.
Yeah, it uses these little water-based gelatin-like balls and that's what it's shooting. Like whenever my 10-year-old gets a little mouthy, I go grab my jelly ball gun and I shoot him in the butt with it. But it's perfect for even like young children or older people who definitely will not want to play paintball, but like something like this is well within their wheelhouse.
Yeah, it provides a very unique experience, which is we really focus on that. And I know you guys too, being in this industry, it's so cool to see all the different stuff that's here and the stuff that people come up with is amazing. So we're happy to be a part of it.
And you guys brought some really cool stuff here to the expo. Like they have an entire arcade inflatable booth that you like. The one that I got to play was a zombie game where you're actually shooting zombies on the screen, touchpads behind the screen registering where the hits are, and then just racking up scores. Like taking something like that to a county fair or something else, stick your haunt's logo on it. You'll drive people in, get a whole bunch of publicity for your haunt that you can then turn around and get people to come out later. Like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, it makes my head spin seeing what people do. The email marketing and like flyers, everything. It's just like endless. So yeah, and it's a great profit generator. So it adds a revenue stream, and it's just, it's really easy to work with us. You just buy the starter package, and we get you started as long as the area is available. It's one thing we also do. So we have a maximum amount of people that we put in at certain cities. So the best way to, I guess, find that out, if your area is available, if you're listening, is go to our website, jellyball.com, and the contact us page, and we'll reach out to you and make sure once that's verified, that's it. It's literally that easy.
Yeah, it really is that easy. And I'll be honest, I want in. We talked already about this, Les. We're going to be doing some more with Jelly Ball over the next year.
So you got me my Jelly Ball gun, right?
Not yet.
Why not?
Because I don't give you weapons. I know better than that.
But it's hardly considered a weapon if you can shoot kids with it.
But you guys brought something else that I thought was super cool. They were almost like arcade style games. There was an axe throwing one, and a dart throwing one. Talk about those real quick.
Yeah, so those are going to be another revenue generator for like if you have a big line and people are just sitting there waiting with nothing to do. This gives them interactive games where they can have fun, and they're zombie themed. Like the axe throwing has a zombie mode, so you're throwing axe at zombies, and it's totally safe. The axes are made of foam, so it's not gonna be dangerous or anything. And so yeah, that's another thing we rolled out this year that's been a pretty big hit. Yeah,
and it was cool because like there's a console about as tall as me with a projector inside. It's got all the controls on it, so you can choose the game that you want, and then it projects onto the play field, which just has like strips of
it's elastic bands.
Some kind of elastic bands, and you throw it through the bands, and it registers where it goes through. It was so freaking cool. I had a blast with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I see all kinds of potential here with Jelly Ball, and I hope that if any other haunt owners are listening, go check them out because I see a lot of potential here for finding other revenue streams for your haunt and even for the off season through Jelly Ball. So Tyler, really appreciate you taking the time out to talk with us and showing us around the booth. I'm super excited to be working with you more.
Appreciate it, man. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
You guys.
And I've got to say,
this should have a special dispensation rule for me acquiring one.
We'll talk. Like the gun is fully automatic, so you pull the trigger and it will empty that hopper in about a minute and a half if you just let it freaking roll. you can dump a lot of jelly balls downrange really fast, is what I'm saying. Okay. Guess who's up next? My absolutely freaking favorite company here. Really is. Who is it, Les?
VFX.
It is, in fact, VFX. And they have brought some props to show us as well.
Ooh, what do they have this year?
Well, first and foremost, Molly Zombie is here with Jose.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes. It's a Muppet.
We got some bungee head action. We've got Molly Zombie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Patrick, it is so great to see you again. How are you doing? Step up to the mic.
Hi, I'm Patrick. Hey, we're doing great. We're having a busy day today, actually.
Great.
For a Sunday. What do you want?
I mean, start by talking about kind of what VFX is, everything that you offer. That's a very broad question, I know.
Well, VFX is mainly it's a special effects company, but we specialize in puppets, props, illusions for the haunted attraction industry and businesses and theme parks. So we have, of course, Doug Sheldon. Wrong Doug.
Doug Schaefer.
There's too many Dougs in this industry. Doug Schaefer. Can you see me? Doug Schaefer, who works for me. He's the number one. He's our lead artist and designer, and comes up with all kinds of crazy stuff like bungee heads. And this is one. This is our Cora Clown Ripped. I think that's what that's called. That Doug made. And these are awesome, fun things you can,
Great.
I love like just everything that you guys do. I own a bungee head. I own 2 of your attack line puppets, and like the opportunity to take those out and just interact with customers in the queue line, customers in the midway, or even off season when I'm trying to promote the haunt. I take them down to the boardwalk and just walk around with them. Like, it draws such a crowd that it's easy to get your word out to a bunch of people. They are absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you very much. Do I have to be that close?
A little bit that close. Yeah. It picks up pretty well. Jose, can you demonstrate like what Molly does?
She does her famous.
Molly, be good.
Down, Molly, down.
Yeah, see you in a little while. Little talks glow clean. Oh, here.
Yeah, and Molly, I think is probably the best spokesman for VFX that I have seen. Like, her social media presence is intense and does all kinds of fun stuff. Like, where can people find Molly and to follow along on her adventures?
Molly, her adventures will be Molly Zombie, and all social media, everywhere really. Molly Zombie 2022, and of course VFX Creates. You can find her all her stuff there too.
Yeah. But so attack line puppets, they've got the bungee heads, and like, I freaking love their crate creatures. Patrick, bring him up.
Oh.
Like, isn't he wonderful?
He's delightful.
And
What's your name?
what's your name, Les?
Do you have a banana?
A
I like
banana?
bananas. I like pizza too. You got any pizza? I like it.
I do have pizza.
Could you bring me a banana?
And like, all of these have, hey, no, be good. And like, all of these have a sound box built in, so you're not having to talk and make their voices while you're going. Like, there were a ton of people at the Candlelighter's house who thought I was asked me if I was a ventriloquist while I was walking around with Mortimer, because they were so convinced by how he was interacting. It was fantastic. So Patrick, if people want to learn more about VFX, want to check out your products, where should they go?
To VFXcreates.com, and we are VFX Creates, hashtag VFX Creates on everything out there. And I've got two more things can I say?
Yeah, please.
We got
I wanted to ask about the new Attack Line puppets.
our new. One thing is
Doug Sheldon is giving away $500 every half hour. They just announced one. It was not me again. I'm very disappointed.
But this weekend we announced here at Fair Expo that we are giving away a Molly Zombie. I don't know if you heard that.
I did not hear that.
We are, and you can have either whoever wins the Molly Zombie can either have our standard one with the black hair and our standard eyes, or this is our new makeover Molly. She's got some beautiful flowing blonde hair and some intense, beautiful eyes. You can see those. And so yeah, we're gonna you can go to our website vfxcreates.com and register to win, and don't register anywhere else other than vfxcreates.com. We already have somebody out there who cloned something and is trying to screw us up, but we're gonna give away that and a bungee head and a t-shirt. So there'll be three different things you can win. Register now, and we're gonna be closing that June 28th. So you got some time to do that. And then on June 30th, we'll be pulling the winners.
Fantastic. I know where I'm going as soon as we're done finishing this podcast. I'm going to go over to vfx.com and register real quick.
Who said wait till we're finished? What do you think I'm doing right now?
The other thing I want to talk about is this is coming soon. This is one of our new heads for one of our new puppets we'll be bringing to shows. This is sculpted by Jordu Schelt of Schelt.
He is getting around.
Studio. Yeah, he is. He's an amazing sculptor. And when he contacted me and I was just like, yeah, let's do some new heads. So Jordu is going to be doing a few heads for us for new puppets. And this is our first one. So we're very excited about that. Stay tuned for those. And what else?
The robot. Talk about the robot real quick.
Yeah, we've got
because this is super cool and I think very different from anything else you've done so far.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been a longtime Westworld fan, and I've been wanting to do a puppet with like a Westworld puppet with the face falling off, and so I'm still working on that one. But we did. I got it almost done, but we did a cyborg Sally Zombie puppet, which we have here at the show, which is just, something really different. It's cyborgs, zombies,
It's got glowing red eyes,
Yeah.
and the level of detail on the mechanical parts is spectacular. It looks so cool.
That stuff, I did the head, but my friend Carmen with Carmen Fairless did the sculpting of the hands and the feet, and we actually went ahead and moved to he's done the whole body so far, and we're trying to get that all worked out. That's probably going to be 2025.
Yeah.
It's going to be full robot puppet, and that's actually got like a skull robot head. It's going to be kind of terrifying. And we also have a new extreme mummy, which is more of a mummy that I had in my head with just like the spine is exposed. We got the hands and feet are these new hands and feet we did. The way the cloth is laid on it, everything, and
falling off of it.
It's a lot more mummy and terrifying mummy the way we did it this time, and I'm really loving it. So that's Mumrot, our new mummy,
Mumrot.
and which Doug Schaefer came up with that. He always comes up with the best names for us. And then
does he have a clown mummy in the works? Because he seems to
I'm
clownify
sure,
everything.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like he took our vampire and made him into a clown, and that became Clown Dracula. Which he's like got a circus theme, like he's the big top circus clown. I don't know.
But people like it.
We also have a new clown, Glurpo, and it's the one where his jaw falls off one side. He's got magnets in there, so he can hook his jaw on and then let it fall off, and you can puppeteer his tongue.
Oh, and it's so disturbing. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty gross. And of course, we have our new Desmodus bat puppet, which has been getting a lot of love. That, of course, was designed and sculpted by Kent Kidwell of mortalremains.net. They're here. And Kent is an incredible sculptor. I'm lucky to know all these people that are so freaking talented. And so he did that. Doug did an amazing paint job on it, and it's been getting a lot of love.
It's super cool.
And we actually won best new prop at HauntCon a couple months ago, and that it's an awesome prop.
Yeah, definitely go check out the video that I did with Patrick, and you can see a lot of these other products that they weren't able to bring over to the booth today.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
Yeah, we got the new goat.
Oh, and the goat. Oh my gosh,
we have a cute,
demonic goat.
Can be goat, and then the demonic one is Baffy. There's Billy Goat and Baffy Goat. So
yeah, it absolutely, like, I love everything that you guys do. Please keep it up because it is so much fun.
All right,
Patrick, absolute pleasure to see you as always.
Thank you for having us on.
And thanks for bringing some props over.
Thanks, Patrick.
No.
All right, next up, another longtime sponsor of the Haunting You podcast. We have Justin here with Scython.
Got to adjust
Hey,
this a little
Justin.
bit.
Yeah, you're a little taller than most of my people.
It's a tough act to follow coming after VFX.
Yeah, but I'm sure you'll do fine. Tell everyone a little bit about Scython, what it can do for their haunts.
Yeah, for sure. So Scython is an all-in-one actor management platform. So we've got everything from recruiting, scheduling, time tracking, text and email communication, awards tracking. And then recently this year, we just added a new feature called Attraction Studio, which allows haunts to build their own haunt in 3D, place all of their positions within the haunt. Very similar to like SketchUp and other 3D, rendering software, but very specific to the haunt industry.
Yeah, that's super cool. A neat new feature that I hope to take advantage of in the near future.
It's really cool to play around with, and it's really easy and user friendly to jump in there and really start designing something. So if you've got a cool idea, it's a good way to kind of get that started.
Yeah, and what I love about Scython and their software is it really is all in one. Everything that a manager needs to do to operate their haunt, Scython can help you do it and do it more seamlessly than any other piece of software I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, we may not be the sexy vendor of the show that has all the cool animatronics and masks.
Their booth looks about as boring as ours does.
I mean, yeah, but you gotta, it's something you gotta have if you want to take your actor management to the next level. We do offer a 30-day free trial. So if you go on our website, scython.io, and that's SITHON, everyone misspells that. You can sign up for that free trial. It will not ask you for a credit card or anything. So jump in there, play around, and see what you like about it.
And if you like it, then definitely use the code HauntingYou20 to get 20% off of your first year subscription. If you want to jump in, there it is right there, so that everybody can see. HauntingYou20 if you want to take advantage of Scython's software, as well as get a little bit of discount that first year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Justin, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and working with you over the last couple of years.
Likewise. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, Justin.
Okay. I need to prepare myself because he's staring daggers at me right now because I've made it.
For shame, for shame. What's Badger mad at you
Not
for?
really. How did you know? Holy crap. Oh, because I sent you the list and you know exactly who's coming up next. That's how.
Yes, I do.
Drew Badger from the Big Scary Show. Come on over, say hello. How are you doing?
How are you?
Hey, Badger.
I am fantastic.
How do you work these things? Or maybe my face is better being covered. I don't know. There we go.
Drew, it is always a pleasure to catch up with you. Talk a little bit about the Big Scary Show and what everyone can expect when they tune into your podcast.
Well, what they can expect is, of course, talking about haunted attractions, talking about conventions such as this one, all the big trade shows, all the big conventions, all the small conventions out there. We go out and we cover them. We talk to all the prop makers, the makeup people, the artists, the authors, whoever's out there. If it's happening in the industry, we're trying out to talk about it. You know, our 12th anniversary was yesterday. We've been doing this longer than almost anybody else on the planet until we're proven otherwise. We're the longest running Halloween industry podcast in the world. And I have not cut my hair since we started this. So there's your little fun fact of the day. But we bring out, topics in the industry. Maybe it's mask versus makeup. Maybe it's charity haunts. Maybe it's late night horror hosts.
They've invited us on one day to talk podcasting in the industry.
Yeah, that was one of those we don't talk. No, I'm kidding. That was a great show. We've done several of those, obviously. And we talk about whatever topics are big in the industry. We bring in special guests who know a little bit more than we do, which is a lot of people. And we try to wrap it up together with a little bit of music. We have giveaways. We have rants. We have lots of other cool things that happen during the show. You never know what's going to happen on the Big Scary Show.
And over the years, you've had some very cool guests on. Who stands out in your mind over those 12 years?
Keoni Hutton, the greatest guest we've ever had in the history of the show. That has spent the last 2 years out at sea. Ooh,
there you go.
Thank you. There's nobody else that has been stuck out at sea for 2 years.
That is true. There is no one else in the hunt. I appreciate that. That is very unique.
We have had everybody from, we've had Jen and Rich from Trans World. We've had Leonard Pickle on. We've had Elvira on the show.
That's the one that stands out in my mind.
We've had Sid Haig. Oh, there's a couple things that stand out about Elvira. But she's very nice and she loves to talk to her fans. So those are the two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've had Bill Mosley and Sid Haig and lots and lots of celebrities that we meet at horror cons, not pressing our own or tooting our own horns or whatever, but we occasionally do have people come up and say, there's the Big Scary Show. Oh my gosh, I know who that is. And of course the head gets all big and swollen and everything. But it's very nice when you've talked to so many people, they know who you are.
Yeah.
People have come up to our booth here and said, good to see you, man. Love your show. We're finally to the point where more people say they've heard of us than not. So that's
an exciting moment.
Yeah, it's only taken us 12 years.
I look forward to seeing that one
you're in
day.
what year?
4-ish? Yeah, we're getting there.
You will get there, young Padawan. I promise you that. So,
yeah, we have great hope for the future. Well, if people want to find the Big Scary Show, catch up on what you've done, or listen to past episodes, and track down Elvira, where should they go look?
You do that.
There you go.
Best way to do it is to go to our website, bigscaryshow.com. We are on all the streaming services, the Spotifys and the iTunes and all that kind of stuff.
Keeping this.
Or show them the back of it too. That shows you all the little stuff. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on the Facebooks, we're on, anywhere you look up Big Scary Show, you'll probably find us. New shows come out every other week. We just had a show come out last week, so our big Fear Expo show will come out next Saturday, which is the 20th, somewhere around
20th?
the 20th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like
20th.
that.
Yeah.
There you go. And in between those weeks, we have what's called Big Scary News. We started that about a year and a half in, where it's basically a 30-minute roundup of all the latest, what's going on in the industry, plus maybe a little longer form interview that we don't have time to put on a regular show. So right now, the big things are halfway to Halloween. Haunts are starting to hire. There's some movie news coming out. There's a lot of, we're changing our theme. We're adding escape rooms. We're doing this or doing that. So that's the news that they're sending us. That's what we're putting out there. And it's information that everybody needs to know if they want to stay on top of the industry.
Speaking of which, if people have news that they want to get onto the Big Scary Show, how do they do that?
That is a very good question. bigscaryshow@gmail.com. Yes, folks, we're old. We still use email. Or you can drop it down on our Facebook page, or you can drop, because we're also old, but we also use Instagram. You can see any way that you can reach us. I think you can reach us buttons on our regular website.
Perfect.
I don't even know, because I'm not a web guy. But yes, if you're hiring, or if you're getting ready to do an off-season event, or if you're adding 5-minute escape rooms or axe throwing or whatever to your haunt, you want us to tell people about it all over the world. We're really big in Japan for some reason.
Fascinating.
We're really big in a lot of Eastern European countries. We have a lot of downloads in Western Europe. And, we've been contacted by people from all 50 states, several Canadian provinces, and nothing in South America for some weird reason.
If I ever make it out to South America, I will very deliberately listen to the Big Scary
We'll
Show.
add the
just so you can get
we'll
it.
add the little flag to the map that we have.
Yeah.
So there you go. But it's easy to find us, folks. So, and we hope you'll tune in. Shows normally run about 2 hours, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So download it and you can just travel with us. You know, we're not a live show like this, so you don't have to stand around your computer and watch people talk. You can just download it and just put your earbuds in and get back to building your haunts, getting back to clearing out your trails and all that good stuff.
Exactly. Perfect.
Excellent.
For while you were working on your haunt. Drew, it is always a pleasure to catch up with you. Thank you for
Always.
coming out and talking with us.
I'm glad to be able to do this for you, sir, and thank you very much for allowing me the honor to come on.
I meant to ask, where are you guys headed for the rest of the season? What other conventions can they catch you at?
2 weeks, we'll definitely be at the East Coast Haunters Convention for one day. We're not vending. We're just going to be doing some interviews and things. We should be at FrankenCon in just south of Knoxville, Tennessee, at the airport, Alcoa, Tennessee. That's Mother's Day weekend. We are scheduled to be at CreepyCon in August. I think it's the first week in August. I know we'll be at Midsummer Scream in Long Beach, California, the last weekend in July. So we've got to go all the way out to Long Beach and then back to Knoxville. So, but we have people in Cincinnati and Rhode Island, the Carolinas, and Arkansas. So we get to cover everything and go travel and have a lot of fun doing so.
Yep. All right. Sounds good.
A pleasure, sir.
Thank you again.
Take care now.
Good to see you.
BigScaryShow.com.
Absolutely love every opportunity I get to catch up with Drew.
Yeah.
He's still making comments off the camera. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Well, we are down to our final vendor to come and talk with us. Aaron McCann is here from Panic Mechanics. Can you show off your boots? I don't know if you can lift your leg high enough to do so. Les, you would love these. They've got what? What is that? Like an 8-inch platform or that's a 4-inch platform? 6 to 8 inches at the heel. Like they're absolutely spectacular.
I'm not normally this tall.
But it made you perfect size to get to the microphone where Drew that just vacated. Yeah, I appreciate that. So Aaron, talk about Panic Mechanics and everything that you guys do, because it is so cool.
We actually got started when we had a haunted house, and we liked to use a lot of animal skulls in our haunt, just as fun filler and things like that. But real animal skulls just don't hold up to the abuses that haunted houses present. That, or they tend to grow legs and walk away.
Visitors are terrible to haunts, but also essential.
Actors are also terrible to haunt.
That too. Actors are worse.
Sorry,
sometimes.
I love all of
Leslie.
the actors. Don't get me wrong, but they can be a little rough on things. So what we started doing was making our own resin replicas of animal skulls that we could drill a pilot hole, run a screw through it, and mount it to a wall. And now it's not going to walk away because it's solid cast resin. You're not going to lose the teeth. It's not going to fall apart over time, that sort of thing. You can use it year after year and move it from scene to scene and not have to worry about it.
And like they are heavy, they are dense, and the level of detail is still absolutely spectacular.
Thank you. Well, we pride ourselves on our realism. All of our props, we try to make them as real as possible because that's kind of where haunting is going, I think. Our audience is becoming more sophisticated. The horror genre of movies and TV and things like that is growing exponentially. It's becoming more and more realistic, more and more detailed, more and more visceral. And so we're trying to maintain that. We want it to be like you're really looking at a real skull or a real animal corpse.
That's Michael
or
Rouse,
what
who
have
just
you.
walked by. Purgatory Props. We'll talk about him later.
Is he creeping?
He's so creeping.
So that's how we got started. Was we started making those, and then it kind of just grew from there. And we're like, you know what? Let's broaden this a little bit, because while we liked having these skulls, a lot of haunters want like a complete prop that's ready to go into a room that's going to fill space, that sort of thing. And so we broadened a little bit. We're into costuming now, as well as full scale props.
Yeah, you brought some very cool leather armor
Yes.
along to the show, and you custom make like all of the armor that you make, right?
Yes, I make all of my patterns myself. I do all of the cutting, the stitching, the finishing, adding all of our resin bones to them and that sort of thing. It's all hand done. Most of our leather stuff is made out of a 6-ounce leather, which is about that thick.
It is
It's
an intense leather.
Heavy
It's
duty.
solid.
Yes. And the beauty of leather as a costuming material is that A, it's super durable. Like, again, actors are rough on things, so you want it to be durable. But B, the more you wear it, the better it looks.
Yep.
The more that it gets kind of
Yeah.
worn and stained
Used and
and
scraped up, and
Yes,
it molds. You wear
exactly.
it long enough, and it molds to whichever actor's using it, so it's
does.
more comfortable to wear. Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely my favorite for sure.
But brand new this year, you brought some very cool, like your foxes, your fountains. Talk about it.
So last year we presented our very first corpse in our corpse line, which was our fox on a pipe, which essentially kind of looks like a roadkill fox that has been just slammed onto a broken steel pipe that's mounted to the wall. And it had great reception last year. And we're like, hell yeah, let's go with it. We're going to run. We're going to make this happen. And so then we created our sheep, which is relatively new.
Can I talk about the sheep for
yes,
a sec?
go ahead.
Because the sheep has these just absolutely phenomenal dangly legs. So like it moves around a little bit and it looks so freaking real.
Yes. One of the things that I also really aim for in our strive for realism is that props should move like a real thing. I feel like a lot of times props end up looking a little stiff, a little kind of locked in, and a deceased animal is not going to necessarily be, we're not doing rigor mortis here. This is something that's going to have a little bit of play to it, kind of that dead weight sort of a thing. So that's what I was trying to get. It was a little bit of a dead weight as
Nailed
it's hanging
it,
there.
by the way.
Thank you.
I was like, just looking at what you got on the website.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, well, and it's one of those things where there's a lot of human props out there. There's a lot of human corpses and bits and pieces and things. There's not a whole lot for animals. And since we've already got kind of our specialization in the animal skulls, it just seems like a natural progression to move it to animal corpse props.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's kind of where we're focusing our effort.
I've asked you this before, but I'm going to do it again because the answer is just fantastic. Where do you get the skulls that you mold for all of your resin?
Well, it's a combination of things. We started off with skulls that we found by the river. We live just outside St. Louis. So the Mississippi River is a smorgasbord of stuff. And so we found a couple of turtle skulls, some muskrats, and a raccoon. And those were the very first skulls that we molded. After that, now we've kind of broadened a little bit. We do buy skulls from like oddities expos that we also vend at, things like that. And so we always try to vet our vendors. We want to make sure that the skulls we get are from ethical sources, because that's one of our promotions as well, is that everything that we have looks very real, but it's all ethically sourced. You don't have to worry about where it came from.
The fox fur on the corpse looks incredibly real, but it's a faux fur.
It is a faux fur, yes. But we make sure that we have a high quality faux fur. There's lots of options out there. Some of them are very thin and kind of, it works, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. So so we make sure that we get a high quality fur with all of our stuff that we're doing as well, because if you're going to have an actor handling it, or if it's going to be somewhere where a guest can brush against it, we want it to feel like it's real as well. And that's only going to happen if you have a high quality, really densely woven, good fur.
Yeah. We got distracted talking about like the realism of the animal props. We didn't cover the fountain.
We did not cover the fountain yet. Yes. So the fountain is brand new this year. It's actually not on the website just yet. I still need to get some good photos and stuff of it in order to list it.
Breaking news on the Hunt to You podcast.
So this is the next step of the fox corpse. So the fox corpse we originally had was just the broken pipe that's just flush mounted to the wall that has the hanging corpse on it. And we were like, it would be great as if there was some water coming out of that broken pipe that was like collecting blood as it came along. And so here we are. We now have this fox corpse fountain. So the PVC pipe is extended, so it runs all the way up the wall and then out. And you basically just zip it to the wall with some brackets. And at the bottom of that is where the tubing comes out, and that's where the pump is located. Underneath it is a big old galvanized steel bucket full of guts that the water then pours into and recirculates. So it's just a complete system. It's an easy plug and play setup. You just have to kind of zip it to the wall, pour in. We use about a gallon of water. You can use whatever you want, but gallon minimum, I would say, and then plug it into the wall, and it's going to go ahead and circulate itself.
And the guts in this bucket look so juicy and slimy. And, oh my God, it's just so wonderful.
Well, we made sure that we got a foam to make the guts that was waterproof, because we want this to last. You know, that's haunted house props take a lot of abuse, so we want to make sure it's going to last a while. And so the foam that we use is actually meant for like ponds and fountains and things like that. It's designed to be underwater permanently. So it's going to hold up to that kind of abuse, but also it comes in black. And we haunters love it when things come in black. So that kind of depth underneath the blood paint really kind of added this visceralness to
I love that word.
the
It's
guts.
a great word
Yes.
for it.
Yes, absolutely. So super thrilled. We've gotten a lot of attention with that. It's very much been like, you know, the people who are walking by your booth and then they kind of do one of these and they're like,
wait, what?
Literal head turner.
Yes, that one's got a lot of attention. I'm hoping to get it listed probably in the next couple of weeks. I just need to be able to set it up again at my house with a clear background so I can get photos of it.
Sure.
And then I can get it listed and we can have it ready to go for you guys.
So go check it out. Where should they go check it out?
So if you're here at Fear Expo for a few more hours, we're at booth 322.
3 hours left before the show floor closes. Better get on it.
Yes. But you can go to our website, panicmechanics.com. That's where everything but the Fox Fountain is. It'll be on there shortly, I promise. When you go to our website, there's a little pop-up where you can join our mailing list, in which case, whenever we have new products, I'd send out an email to you guys just saying, hey, new on the website, ready for you guys to go. And it's usually like maybe once a month at the most or something like
Which
that.
I think is like the ideal frequency for an emailing list.
I don't want to drive you guys nuts. I don't want you to hate me because you're signed up for my newsletter. I just want it to be informative. Like, you know, oh yeah, let me know when that's available. There you go. I'm letting you know. You can also follow us on social media. Facebook is The Panic Mechanics, and then TikTok and Instagram are both just Panic Mechanics. And we do tend to post about new stuff before it goes on the website as well. So that's a good way to get kind of that little insight.
Yeah, I would recommend especially TikTok and Instagram, because like I got to watch as you were sculpting the sheep.
Yes.
And it was a very cool process to watch it come together.
Yes. It's one of those things where in today's day and age, you got to have content. So,
So we're doing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Unabashedly.
Unabashedly.
So I try to just set up my camera and film whatever. And oftentimes it's me sculpting or making the molds or pulling stuff like that. And so a lot of times you can see it before I'm even done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see what I'm working on. But yeah.
Well, it is just absolutely super cool. I love everything that you guys are doing, and it's so fun getting to see the new stuff that you bring out to the show every year.
Yes, and we're looking forward to doing more corpses in the future. We've
How
got
often do you hear that sentence?
Yes.
Well, I mean, at your venue, a lot.
Well, I mean,
Here,
in our industry, that's fairly common, I suppose. But we've got several shows coming up. We do a lot of the Oddities and Curiosities expos, where we don't necessarily bring like the full corpses, but we bring our resin skulls and the staffs and a few other things as well. We are also doing the Texas Haunters Convention for all my Southern friends.
Official convention of the Chamber of Haunters, by the way, our sponsor.
Yes. And so we will be there in July and have all of our corpses and things there. And then after July, I think we're actually done with shows. So then I can really kind of dive into getting the next stuff
Back to R&D.
going on. Yes, exactly.
Well, awesome. That's perfect. Aaron, thank you so much for taking the time out to come talk with us. It is always a
Absolutely.
pleasure to catch up with you. Keep doing what you're doing because I cannot wait to see where it goes in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, that wraps up the guest list that we had coming out for the live show. Whew, that was a rush. I set them up at 5-minute intervals, and I think we did a pretty good. Like it's 10:07 or 11:07.
It's 11:07.
12:07.
So.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. Kept relatively on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got just a couple of hours left. So what time is it actually? Because my phone's still on Pacific, or my computer's still on Pacific time. It is noon. So we've got 2 hours left here on the show floor at Fear Expo. If you are here at the Expo, please come by to booth 707 where the Hunting You podcast is. I would love to chat with you. Had a couple of special moments this weekend that I just really love to talk about. 2 of our fans who live in the area and I met a couple of years ago came out and said hello. But it was cool because I was just walking through the convention and just happened to see somebody wearing this shirt. Oh, and I did a hair turn like, what? Which was it was a cool moment. So Steve, thank you for stopping by with your wife and chatting with me yesterday. That was super cool. And it was great catching up with you and seeing where your haunt's going. And thanks for rocking the shirt. I appreciate it. But the other cool moment, one of the things I love to do at these conventions is to put together videos with vendors talking about what they do, showing off their products, and then putting them up on Facebook so that all the people who cannot make it down to the convention can still get exposure to all of these vendors. And hopefully, if they see value, buy their products. But so I did one on Friday with a company called Psychomorph. And they actually last night won the prize for, I want to make sure I get it right. I didn't write it down in that book because I didn't have that book with me last night. I think it was best new product. They won the award for best new product. And what it is, we've all seen the, picture a drill with an air horn on the end. You squeeze the trigger and it blasts. We've seen those. He took one of these and put it into a suitcase so that you can carry around the suitcase, push a button with your thumb, and it is loud. Holy crap. It is phenomenal. Absolutely adore it. But I did a video with him kind of showing them off on Friday. And Saturday morning, I come in, before the show, I'm getting the booth set up. And they came over just to tell me that Friday night, they had someone in Massachusetts order one of their suitcases because they saw it on our video. So that was a cool moment.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It warmed my heart. Like, I'm glad that people are seeing it because, like, I want to show off all of the cool stuff that we're seeing because it is so freaking cool. And I hope that all of you have found value in that. There is a whole playlist up on our YouTube page for Fear Expo 24 where all of those videos are. Go check them out. You can see what we are seeing. And those, I think, do a much better job of showing off the vendors than this episode can, just because, they can't bring all the stuff from their booths over to my booth to do this. And I can't bring my camera over there. I guess I could, but the audio would not be nearly as good. Yeah, exactly. Not with the whole setup. So I think those are really the best way to see what all of these vendors do. Go check out our YouTube at Hunting You on YouTube, and you'll find it there. Oh, Les, you talk for a second while I catch some water.
No, I'm so disappointed that I couldn't make it this year. But as soon as Doug announces 2025s, I'm locking that out in my calendar.
We have dates.
Ooh, beautiful.
I took pictures. Thank you for reminding.
And that way we can both go and really make a mess of things.
Absolutely. Here it is. Okay. So a few dates to talk about. First off, Fear Expo is going to be April 11th to the 13th, 2025. That is April 11th, 12th, and 13th, 2025. I imagine there will be an Ultimate Hunt tour before that. They have not announced anything to my knowledge. No, they have not announced the Ultimate Hunt tour that will go along with that, but I suspect there will be one.
Probably on the 10th.
Probably on the 10th, exactly. On that note, Ultimate Hunt Tour does have another tour coming up in Alabama, November 8th to the 10th. Oh, let's see if I can see all these. They're hitting 10 haunts over 3 days at the Ultimate Haunt Tour, Alabama. Warehouse 31, Nightmare, I think it says Nightmare 3008, Insanitarium Haunted Attraction, Arcs, who we actually talked to someone from there, Doomsday, Slaughterhouse, City of Chaos, East of Borga Manor, the Territorium, and the Haunted Chicken House. I have questions about that one.
Especially if they still have chickens.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, we're doing a podcast. Want to say hello?
Howdy from Boogie.
There's Boogie. Never know who's going to pop up when you're doing a live show. Yeah, so that is Fear Expo. That is the Ultimate Haunt Tour. HauntCon has also announced their dates for next year, January 17th to the 19th in Orlando, Florida, 2025. That is HauntCon. That will probably be the first show of the year. We're waiting to hear from a few others, but it's going to be the first show of the year.
Yeah.
January 17th to the 19th in Orlando is HauntCon. And then they announced it here at Fear Expo. West Coast Haunters Convention is coming back under new ownership in 2025. Anyone want to take a stab real quick about who bought West Coast Haunters Convention?
Let me guess. Doug.
It was, in fact, Doug. And they announced the dates for West Coast Haunters Convention. It will be in Lake Tahoe, Reno area, November 14th to the 16th, 2025. I read that right. That is what that says, right? November 14th to the 16th, 2025.
Yep.
Yeah, not a lot of details out about that yet, but you can check out westcoasthaunters.com to get more detail. And as we learn more, we will definitely putting it out via the Haunting You podcast.
Yeah, 14th to the 16th.
That is 14th to the 16th, correct. In Lake Tahoe, which is super, like, I'm intrigued.
It's going to be snowy.
It is probably going to be snowy. You're right. So we've got West Coast dates, we've got Fear Expo dates, we've got HauntCon dates, and we've got Ultimate Haunt Tour dates, all coming up in 2025. Haunt Tours will be after the season 2024, but into next year. It counts. It counts. Got to show off your new skull on the podcast. Can anybody guess it? Yeah, see the camera? Yeah, there we go.
Excellent.
Anybody want to guess where that came from? I love the bungee skulls, the bungee heads.
Those are great.
So, Les, what has been happening with you? We spent a lot of time talking about Fear Expo, talking to the vendors. Let's hit you real quick before we wrap up.
Oh, me is alive.
That's a good start, right?
It's a good start. Yeah, again, I'm super bummed that I couldn't make it this weekend, but glad that Haunting You is still represented, and just from my very, very limited perspective, it looks like it's absolutely killing it. The show floor is still just packed with people.
There are over 100 vendors here this weekend, and it almost doubled from what it was last year. Like, the show floor is just absolutely freaking packed, and it is spectacular. Oh my gosh. The level of effort that went into some of these booths. Monsters Alive won the award for best booth this year, last night at the vendor awards.
Mm-hmm.
And again, go check out the video I did with them, because my words cannot do it justice. But they built this entire hell pit with a platform going over it. There are charred bodies reaching up at the onto the bridge, and smoke pouring up out of it. It is spectacular. But Brutal Rust is here. If you were looking for a way to make your scenes look rusty and grungy, Brutal Rust is a phenomenal project you should check out. They built an entire, they're taking up 2 booth spaces with this structure that they created, showing off all the different ways their product can be used to dirtify, to what's the word I want, Les? What? Age, yeah, to age, to beat it up. It looks absolutely spectacular. Distress is the word I wanted. Thank you. Yeah, but that is up on our website, or up on our YouTube page as well, doing a tour of their booth. It is unbelievable what they can do with that. 916 Productions, also another good one for doing that type of distressing. They have set up a giant booth that showed off all their products. And I don't know how well you can see it just right across from me,
I see blue lights.
Decompositions Corpse Creations is
Ah.
right across from me, and they
Excellent.
make just the most freaking detailed corpse skeletons that I have seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I did a video with them. It's on the site. Go check it out. It is spectacular.
What did Tayan bring that was new?
I have not caught up with Tan yet. Thanks for calling me out. I mean, I've seen her several times, but I have not made it over to her booth yet.
Shoo. Go catch up with Tayan. See what Project Backfire's got.
You're right. I've got just 2 hours left, and there are several vendors that I still want to try to catch and get videos done and do videos for before we wrap up. So we should probably wrap up the live show so that we can do that.
I do believe we should.
But it was an absolutely, I had a fun time catching up, and not even catching up with everybody here, but seeing you less. Yes, you want to come on real quick? My neighbor has run by me like 5 times. I have tried to catch him every time to do a quick interview, and he's just going. Introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Chuck. They call me the Mountain Man. Do I got to talk in your ear?
Talking to there, yeah.
Oh, sweet Caroline. Do it. Ba, ba, ba. No, really, I'm Chuck. We have a parent company. We call it Mountain Man Scrub. When we're on the non-horror circuit, we do Mountain Man Scrub. That's our parent company, like I said. Here, we market to our customers, so we call it Paranormal Scrub.
And what is Paranormal Scrub?
It's a dead sea salt blend mixture, and it has 8 essential oils to it.
Ooh.
So it's weird. When people come up and they're like, "What is Paranormal Scrub?" I said, "Oh, come on over. It'll scare the hell out of you." Well, all right. Challenge accepted. Right. So,
Naturally.
yeah, welcome to the haunt.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it does take off anything nasty like gas, diesel, turpentine, paint thinner, bleach, jalapeno, onion, fish, garlic. Comes right off. Use it in the kitchen, use it in the garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we're here at the haunt, we do show it takes off adhesives like super glue, epoxy, spray foam, that great stuff. Even the spray foam comes right off your hands. Now you have to pre-treat your hands.
I was gonna say that's a bold statement right there.
And it works. You have to pre-treat your hands, wash and dry, go do the spray foam. You come back over and right, your hands are all stuck together. A second wash after you're done, it slides right off. I've had so many set designers come back over. I need another jar. I need 2 more jars. I need 3 more because it works. It works.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, you said bold statement. It's a true statement. It works. It just doesn't stop working.
Where should people go to find this if they can't
So,
make it to the show?
Right now, we're on Facebook, Instagram. We're having a little difficulty with our website, but
feel that.
Mountain Man Scrub, spell it with a K, SKRUB, because we're not normal. We're from St. Louis.
Yeah.
The land of misery. I mean, Missouri. So, Mountain Man Scrub, SKRUB, on Facebook, Instagram, X. X marks the spot. Where's your camera? X. Because we don't call it Twitter no more. Tweeter.
We still call it
Twatter.
Twitter. Yeah.
No, Twitter.
Tweeter.
Yeah.
I like Tweeter.
Yeah. So we're on X also, and we just have a lot of fun going and doing different shows. So I leave here, and I'm at a hunting and fishing show next weekend. I leave there, and I go do a home and garden show. I leave there, I do an RV show, and then back into the haunt HorrorCon. We're at HorrorCon in Nashville, Tennessee, coming up in June or July. So it's like one thing after another.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
But it sounds like if people want to try to catch you, they should go to their local outdoor horror or
we go all over.
All over. Yeah.
And
Look for local shows.
And we're
Reasonable
hooking
chance.
up. We're always looking for that next person that wants to get involved. So we find distributors at these type of shows. We've picked up 2 distributors this weekend. It's
solid.
Amazing. Yeah.
Sounds like you've had a good show then.
We've had a dynamite show. If Doug's watching, Doug, thank you very much for having us. I mean, this is our 2nd year and we've had a blast.
Cool.
So, is there any way? Well, I don't think that'll work.
What are you trying to do?
Man, I was going to say, is there any way to point that camera over to my table? It's right behind you. You'll see the skull bowls. And you'll see all the wonderful people standing in front of the bowl.
Aha.
Right there. See, hi, you're on camera. Yeah. If you were wanted by the police, we caught you.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's out there live.
She's like running. She's like, oh God, the FBI. So, but you'll see my skull bowls over there. We try to really work up the booth. So it's just not your run of the mill hand scrub booth.
Yeah, totally.
So,
and I'm going to have to swing by and talk with you more. Maybe we'll be able to do a quick video demonstrating how some of your
Oh my gosh,
how
we
work
just
some
had
of
one
this.
earlier.
Yeah.
So when I tell guys, because gals have done hand scrubs, body scrubs before, when I tell guys, this will scare the heck out of you. Like it's really okay. Hold my beer. I don't want to spill it. Let me try it. Challenge accepted. Right? You get that kind of guy.
Sure.
And then I had a news media guy. I said, come back here behind the booth and take this guy's picture exactly when I poured the water. So when I poured the water over the guy's hands, I mean, his whole face went from. And I said, sir, I told you it scared the hell out of you. It's not something most men do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a guy's product. It takes off gas, diesel, grease, oil.
That's the thing. Like I'm always looking for a good scrub. You know, I use orange scrub extensively to get grease off my hands.
What's the problem with that orange stuff? It dries
your hands out. Like,
yeah.
I mean, look at them. Like, yeah, absolutely.
I can feel that for 3 days. 3 days.
Uh-huh.
Our scrubs last 72 hours on that feeling.
I'm gonna talk to him when we're done here.
Seems like you need some need to make some more acquisitions.
Always. Oh, I'm still hoping, like fingers crossed, that Doug is gonna call out my name for one of these $500 giveaways.
One of the vendors just won.
Yeah,
and he went crazy.
A vendor has won, and a Fear Expo staff member has won. Like it's hitting the rounds.
It's everybody. Excellent.
And next one's coming up here in about 7 minutes. So fingers crossed. Always.
Fingers crossed for me, right?
Of
course. Look at this. I'm making friends. This is fun.
Yeah, we already said the website, so people know where to find you, and definitely check out the
Mountain
show
Man
circuit.
Scrub on Facebook
Mountain Man
and Instagram
Scrub.
right now. I'll have my website hopefully back up and running by the end of this next week.
Solid.
Yeah,
Excellent.
man.
Pleasure to meet you.
And
I'll
what was
come
your
talk
name,
to you more.
Bob?
Keoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I call you Bob? I'm getting old.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
Honestly.
Bob. And Bob, you just spell with one O.
No, two.
No, two. Because Bob spelled with two O's is Bobo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see? Oh, we don't say
He's
that. There's
quick.
kids here.
You see that? He's quick.
Yes, Bobo. All right. Thanks, man.
Later. All kinds of people here, and it is a blast to meet them all. All right. We have been going for almost an hour and a half. I think it's a great time to wrap up. Let's do a quick rundown of our social medias. Make you do it live.
Yes, we have social media. Yay for us.
Definitely check out facebook.com/hauntingyou, Instagram at Haunting University, or YouTube at Haunting You. YouTube is definitely the best one for everything that we have done for this weekend, but we posted a ton of pictures up on Instagram as well that are ported over to Facebook. So any of our social medias, you can see what we've been doing for the last couple of days. Coming up for the next few months, the Haunting You podcast is going through some transitions as I'm headed back to sea, and then I'm getting off of the ship and moving across the country, and then we'll be settled and be able to do things like normally again. But the next few months are going to be a little tumultuous. We have our May episode already lined up. I need to finish some editing on it, but we should have that out on time. There will not be a June 1st episode because I get on the road May 31st. And
unless we record it like now-ish.
I'm going to see like Thursday. Like I don't have time. There's no time.
Okay.
We're not going to get a June episode out on June 1st. But I'm optimistic that while I'm moving across the country, of course, we got to stop in Denver because that's where all of our friends and family are. I wanted to try to do a show with all of us together in the same room, which are always a lot of fun. Exactly.
Prepare for shenanigans.
Prepare for chaos. So we'll try to get that out sometime in June. Not sure when exactly, but sometime in June. And then after that, we should be back onto a regular schedule again. Excuse me. I'm hungry, so I'm burping like crazy now. Anything can happen on a live show, including host burps. I can't edit those out.
That seems pretty, normal.
Normal? Yeah.
For us,
I didn't get murdered by Jason this time, which has also happened
good.
on previous live shows at conferences. So I guess I'm doing pretty good, right? Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah. Well, Les, take us out and let's call it a day.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Again, we don't usually do live shows, so I hope you enjoyed this one.
Stop. Hold off. I see the man himself.
Find the man.
I see Doug. He is 3 booths away. We are going to vamp
Kidnap
for
him.
just a couple of minutes.
But I need
Leslie-
John to vamp. I need
You
John.
can
If I'm
vamp.
gonna vamp, I know I can vamp, but it's more fun to vamp with John.
It's definitely more fun to vamp with John, but you vamp for a moment. I'm going to go drag him over here.
Oh yes. Well, again, I'm vamping here, so we're gonna try and push a little bit of time out. But thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed our live show, which is not quite done yet. And yeah, again, lots of stuff coming up within the industry, lots of stuff coming up with Haunting You podcast. And seriously, I need John to vamp. You just have to have someone to bounce off of when you're vamping. But that's okay because, Kay's going to go kidnap the man himself, Doug Sheldon, and then we will be able to talk with him and see how he's surviving, Fear Expo year number current. So, yeah, but with all of that, I mean, there's just so much going on in the industry. And am I done vamping now?
I couldn't make out a word you were saying, but I could hear that you were talking the whole time. So I'm very
was vamping. I'm vamping.
Doug is talking with another vendor right now. I'm hoping to catch him the moment he finishes. So we'll keep talking here for a moment. And
I must say, it is quite difficult to vamp solo. But
it is definitely difficult to vamp solo. I'm gonna look over my screen for a moment. Would you like to come up and chat so I can help me fill some time while waiting for Doug?
Let me see the face that was doing all this great vamping.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Introduce yourself first.
My name's Dave Cummings. I'm with FCIS Insurance.
The dark side of the haunted attraction industry. Like
it's the scariest booth at the expo.
Absolutely. Most necessary, but also the scariest.
Yeah, talk a little bit about FCIS and how it is well situated to work with haunted attractions.
Well, FCIS has been insuring the haunt industry since 2012. We've been there is rarely anything that we haven't seen or don't know about. We have several carriers available to all the haunted attraction owners. A lot of the time, the new haunt owners are coming in, they aren't aware of the amount of things that they have to go through, both the fire codes and they try so many different insurance companies that have no idea what haunts are about, and they give them outrageous quotes or they just won't insure them at all. So FCIS is there for that.
Yeah, and like a lot of other insurance companies, like when I talk to my insurance company about what I'm trying to do, like looking for specific event insurance or something else, they do not understand what I'm trying to do, and so they are quoting just astronomical numbers that I cannot afford. Working with someone like FCIS who actually understands what we're doing and understands what our needs are makes a lot of sense. And there are not a lot of insurance companies out there that can do that. This is the first one I've seen come to a convention.
Yeah, and it's important because we also know carriers well enough to know if a haunt comes to us with a specific type of venue, we know which carriers will insure them. So it saves them a lot of time, and we're going to insure them with the company that covers them properly with the best premium.
Exactly. Yeah, I know it's really difficult with known information, but can you talk a little bit about like what people should expect price wise when talking to an insurer?
Yeah, I can't give you an exact number because you do have to submit an application to a carrier before you would get an actual premium. But it's important for the haunt owner to know that in surplus lines market where this is, it's driven by your revenue. So if you could take about 2.5% to 5% of what your revenue is going to be, that's what you're going to be spending on insurance. So whether your haunt's open all year or just a couple months, it's whatever that revenue is going to be for that time.
Yeah, and not just haunted attractions either. You can do other events as well.
Yeah, we
Sounds
do
like
all kinds of special events. We do axe throwing, paintball, escape rooms, music festivals. We do, and a lot of haunts have some of those things with them, so they also can get insured.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Just working its way closer.
It's such an overlooked but absolutely crucial aspect of owning and running a haunt, and to have an organization like yours that is entirely dedicated to providing haunt and event ownership with access to proper insurance. That's huge, especially again with being able to negotiate rates and say, hey, look, you don't need all of this. You just need this.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's huge. That's awesome.
And even if someone doesn't go with us, it's important for any haunt owner to build a rapport with your insurance agent, like this guy does.
He especially needs insurance.
Absolutely.
Let's say hello.
Hey, how y'all doing, world? Is this on that YouTube or Twitch? What is it?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Looks like YouTube. I see it right there. Ha ha ha! Everybody's got a channel, don't we? Ha 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 ha! How y'all doing today?
We're doing fantastic. Where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina. We're doing kooky, spooky costumes and lots of adventures on YouTube. Ha ha ha! Plug.
Exactly. You guys got a booth here.
I'm Mr. Kooky right now.
For those who can't make it to the show, though, where should they go look for you?
Kooky, spooky costume. She does custom work.
Kooky with a K.
Yep, made in 1 month. Stretchy here, elastic for it. Drawstring around the waist for those chubby fellas or those skinny fellas. Elastic here, and then elastic down at the bottom. Look us up on Kooky, spooky with a K, costumes. She'll do it for you. Later, guys. Thank y'all.
Thank you for stopping by. Never know what's going to happen during a live show.
Yeah.
Nope.
They literally come out of the woodwork here.
They do come out of the woodwork here. Literally. Well, Dave, thank you. Appreciate you taking the time out. This is definitely an area that not enough people talk about, and I really appreciate having you here to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. I think you almost had Doug.
Almost. He's doing it. He's doing his giveaway. Everybody cross your fingers right now. Oh, they're actually doing a Scython giveaway. Scython was giving away a set of wireless headphones.
Ooh, very nice.
Sounds like Alex Olson won it. I didn't win
Well,
it.
congratulations
I'm not winning
to Alex.
anything yet.
Yeah. But you've won lots of contacts and videos.
That is true. I'm gonna go grab him, vamp some more.
Yeah, say make me vamp by myself. It's a terrible plan. I don't even have a cat to help me, mostly because he's asleep on the chair. But that's okay. He's a gray cat, but he's also an orange cat in terms of the amount of brain cells that he has, which is like 1, maybe 2. So yeah, let's see if Kay can drag Doug over here by his ears or whatever he can, just so we can see how Doug's doing and compliment him on seriously putting on a pretty fantastic show.
You should try just yelling at people as they're walking by.
I thought about that just as that big group kind of walked by. I was like, wait, I should start yelling at people.
I'm gonna start yelling at people. Want to be on a podcast? Say hello.
You always yell at people.
Step up. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Where are you from? You just want to say hello.
Excellent.
Oh, Doug is about to do. He's actually about to do his next drawing. He's
just doing this from wherever he's standing on the floor.
Literally, he's got a microphone, a wireless microphone, tucked in his back pocket, and wherever he is, he just pulls it out and starts talking over the loudspeaker system.
Oh, that
It
sounds
works.
about right.
I mean, the man cannot sit. He's got no ability to sit down for more than a minute at a time. So yeah, you do it on the run.
That's as much him as it is running.
There is some
Expo.
truth to that. True statement. Ooh, I see a Pooh Bear coming up behind me. I don't know if you can see it yet.
I did. Actually, I saw him walking by earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, want to say hello? We're doing a podcast right now. He doesn't talk. He waved though. I'll take a wave. You can't see it. He's got a big old butcher's knife sticking out of his pocket. It's very shiny. Very appropriate.
Shiny and sharp.
You like shiny, sharp things.
I do.
You do. You do. Doug's making jokes now.
Oh dear.
Step up. Let's chat real quick.
What's up?
Doug, you have just
Hey,
been
Doug.
non-stop for the last 4 days. How are you feeling?
It's only been 4 days.
It's probably been longer for you. That's true.
It feels like it.
How's the show been?
The show's been good, really good. We've had a great group of people come through. The vendors brought in. I'm telling you what, I've never seen so many great vendors in one location as far as just bringing the right stuff for the haunt industry and just excited about the growth and where these shows are going to go.
Yeah. We were talking about it, or rather you were talking about it yesterday at the vendor awards. There were awards given out for best booth, and so many people were so close to like it was almost a 5-way tie with how great the booths have been and the number of vendors here. Like this is way more packed than I've seen it in the past.
Oh yeah, I mean the vendors, we doubled every year so far. We've doubled the amount of vendors, and so we're at 104. We really can only fit a couple more vendors, and we are sold out.
Yeah.
So I mean, once we do our rewrites and everything, the opportunity to become part of Fear Expo is you need to get with us early to be a vendor at the show.
Yep. No kidding. Coming up the rest of the year, I saw that you've got some the dates for next year and like the other shows coming up. West Coast is over there.
Yes.
That has not been officially announced as far as I know.
It hasn't. Only the people here know about it.
Can you talk about it real quick?
So we have HauntCon, that's January 17th through the 19th in Orlando, Florida. And we have our new West Coast show, which is combined with the indie horror show. So it'll be a trade show for both the haunt industry and for the indie horror industry.
So very similar to what you did in HauntCon in January.
HauntCon, exactly. And that is going to be in Lake Tahoe, November 14th through the 16th.
Lake Tahoe in November. West Coast Hunters Convention is back.
It is one of the top 10 places in the country that they say you have to visit once. Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
We're going to have blood on the slopes.
I love that. Absolutely freaking love that. I don't want to keep you long because I know you've just got a ton going on. Doug, thank you again for putting on a great show. We've had a blast. I think the vendors have had a blast. Attendees have had a blast. It's been a great experience.
It's been great. Thank you so much. And actually, here's your paperwork.
Thank you.
To be at
Get
one
ready
of
for
our
next
shows
year.
again. There you go.
Love it. Love
All
it.
right.
Yep. Next
See
year, you're going to
everyone
get both
later.
of us.
Hashtag VIP experience.
That's right. We did it. We got everybody we were hoping to.
Excellent. And some
And a
extras.
few others. And a few others as well. Oh, okay. I'm exhausted, but we've still got vendors that I want to try to get to see. So
Go
it is
say
time
hi
to
to
wrap up.
Tay and
I will go say hi to Tayan like next. Absolutely.
tell her I said hi.
I will definitely tell her you said hi. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are catching this live, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch with us. If you are catching it later, thank you for coming and seeing the Haunting You podcast. And I hope you are getting some kind of value out of it. If you're not, please let us know so that we can try to tailor the show to so that everyone is getting as much as possible to improve their haunts. Go check us out at Podbean. HuntingYou.com is our website. That will take you to all of the other places that we are posting content. And please spread the word. Leave a rate us. Leave a rating. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. And all of that will help more people discover the podcast and get more ideas for their haunts too. So signing off from the show floor, Fear Expo 2024. We've got an hour and a half left. We'll hope to see you here. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
You know, I'd say that and then I have no idea how to actually stop it. Ha! I figured it out. Bye, everyone.
We are incredibly grateful to all the sponsors who make this show possible, especially our premium sponsors, the Chamber of Haunters, Fear Expo, and VFX. You can learn more about our premium sponsors by checking out their websites, chamberofhaunters.com, fearexpolive.com, and vfxcreates.com. Check out our website, Haunting You, for more information on everything that we do. Haunting You is a production of the Rocky Mountain Home Haunters, LLC. All audio clips and sound effects are used under a Creative Commons Attribution or Public Domain license from Purple Planet Music at purple-planet.com or the Sound Bible at soundbible.com. Please see the show notes for more information on all the clips used in this episode.